You part 1, 3, 2. Peace and blessings, everybody. It's Karev back, and look, man, it's very, very rare that you get to sit with somebody who you respect and who you look up to. And I got somebody.
Treach in the building. You already know, nip, naughty. You know what I'm saying? You're watching Heritage Hip Hop. It ain't nothing like Heritage Hip Hop.
What I appreciate about this is that the Bible says whenever you find a wise man, wear out his doorsteps. Because with that, you get to get and gain the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding of life that you may not have felt yet. And being that heritage hip hop is more industry now because I'm actually doing something with music, I really find it as my responsibility to teach the MCs, the artists, the producers that hip hop is more than you just making beats and rhymes. There's actually a lot of work that goes into it.
Are you the crossover? Just say it, y'all. See, you ain't the same no more. You just get up to that straight there, boom, you getting them stripes.
So I ask you this question: what was the hardest thing about hip hop that you had to adapt to rather than do?
To separate the streets from the industry.
Okay.
And like knowing you gotta handle things with a negotiations.
Oh, okay.
Over you know, doing the ghetto bastard way. So just learning the steps on that. So that was hard. It was like being in the penitentiary for so long, like just being institutionalized. I was street institutionalized.
Okay.
Just thrown into the industry, so I didn't know how to, you know, negotiate or nothing. It was like the street codes applied there. You know what I mean? You on television talking about me, I got to see you. It wasn't social media, nothing. Ain't nobody know you was coming, or you had a problem.
Yeah, I don't even want to touch that because, like I said, I'm good.
Yeah, that part.
But being a legend, you have so many people out there telling your story. How does that affect you? Because I've watched the truth behind the beef between Naughty by Nature and De La Soul. The truth behind the beef with Pop and Granddaddy IU. The truth behind the beef of, and people are telling your story and may not even really know your story. How does that affect you? What do you say to that?
I mean, they just gonna know when we coming. We gonna have them heat rocks.
Okay. Okay.
When we show the stories, and it's gonna be different parts and documentaries and that leads up to the Naughty with different elements of Naughty, bow all the way, boom, and then they're gonna be like, yeah, watch, hold on, I know they coming. Watch, I know they coming. This is we know that's bullshit. That is bullshit, brother. That is bullshit over there. That's bullshit. We're waiting for here it comes. See, that's that's theirs. See.
You are the person, like I said, who's actually shown more drive to be successful than be popular. So a lot of people just want to be popular. They just want to be like, yo, I got a song on the radio, and that's it. You've actually pushed your craft to not only be a phenomenal icon on stage, but a face that has graced film as well. I forgot the movie that you did with Omar Epps, with the two people that was in jail.
Yeah, first time felon.
Classic.
Thank you.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
And even besides that, when you say you do things in the community, you did a little movie with Jawi, where he was like with your character's sister. You telling him chill out, and our next door neighbor Kofi was actually in it with him.
Wow!
And it was like yo, the one thing I respect about Treach is always going to represent Jersey the way Jersey should be seen. Did the industry ever try to kill that with you?
I mean, they couldn't. I was uncageable.
Okay.
You feel me? Like management tried to get me, like they didn't want me and Pac like together too much because we'll get it popping. Like we had, like I said, we had not separated business and street, so it was like a lot of trouble we could have got in. So they always booked us where if we was closest. Make sure they over here till they grow up a little bit because they can't handle it yet. But we was blessed where we didn't catch. Pac caught the blunt of all charges. Like he was just out there. I was like, I'm seeing it's getting real heated on hip hop, and I'm like, yo, but I'm there for the ride, but I can't be out there. Plus, I got a wife and kids. I'm like, I got to do the daddy duties.
Right, and that's one man I wish I met because I think me and him will vibe so deeply on a mental level. Because he was a very intelligent man who spoke to the world through the individual. You were the same way on the mic, though.
Thank you.
You spoke to the individual through the rhyme. He was talking about, my man's over here talking about, shout out to Double O. He talked about how Eminem said Yoke the Joker was the song that put him on. I beg to differ though. You already had the rhyme. When you said people wanted to see you grow up, in my eyes, Clap Your Hands was when Treach made it on a whole nother level that he couldn't be denied. Because when Clap Your Hands came out, people were like, yeah, that's a party joint, everybody accepted it. But that's when you mastered the anthem, not just made anthems. What's the difference between an anthem and a dope song?
I mean, a dope song, you ain't gonna hear it 5-10 years from now. You feel me? An anthem is something you're gonna hear until there's no more music playing ever. An anthem is gonna be, it's forever, and no matter what genre you have, but especially hip hop, because now you see with the beauty and the blessing of satellite radio, it's like so many hip hop categories are just global. And you just could turn right to the station that fits you, whether it's throwback, whether it's new school, whether it's hardcore, whether it's gangster. It's like you could, and it all coincide.
The reason why I brought that question up is because, like I said, transcending. And it seems like so many people from Jersey got in, but we didn't transcend together. I mean, and that's why I asked, did the industry do this? Is there a reason why we didn't have a lot of Treach, Redman, Naughty, Lawyer, Underground songs together, or is that just the way it was?
I mean, it wasn't, back in the days, it wasn't a big, like, a collaboration industry.
Yeah.
You know, and if it was, it'll be a song here, a song there, boom, 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 boom. But we always supported each other, like, as far as being on the same tours and all that, so that means there's always room for it.
Yeah. That's what one of the goals of Heritage Hip Hop is. In the next 10 years, if the Lord makes it happen, I want to have a hip hop festival in Jersey.
Nice.
And I want Naughty, Lorge, Red, Lauryn Hill, the Outs, anybody. I want y'all there because our history should be documented. We are just as important in hip hop as the hieroglyphics are to those pyramids. And we have a stamp that needs to be there. And the reason why I asked that is because shout out to The Advocate. When I heard Get Low, it was Treach doing Redman, and it was Prince Ock, and I'm like, yes, that's what I've been waiting for since 96, 98.
That's right.
And to see it, I just want to say I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because at the end of the day, y'all, like I said, y'all superheroes. Y'all make our dreams come true.
Thank you.
Let's go to the next part, though. You fulfilled so much, and now you're giving back to the game by inspiring the next generations. Tell us about the MCs that you know you directly have inspired and brought out into the game.
I mean, like you say, you heard like Eminem. He says it multiple times. That's my dog right there. You know, like the youngsters. You feel me? You got to see like Crisscross. They had the swag, but it was like a lot of people took even the clothes and the Carhartts and the Big Dickies, like and the Timbs, and you know, so it was a lot. But to us, like we embrace it all. You feel me? Because it's way better to be loved than to be despised, and someone wants to emulate you in a way where they're not trying to take anything from you, but they want to dress like that. You feel me? So to us, it was a compliment.
Y'all were our Run DMC in Jersey.
Thank you.
Because y'all actually changed the look of Jersey MCs. And then, you know what made me like love Treach on a whole nother level? Down with the King video. Like, I'm like, damn, he there too.
That's right.
And you with Run DMC.
Because we know that's how we always say we like the mini Run DMCs, period.
Yeah.
Hip hop, 2 MCs, 1 DJ.
And then I know that when I see people of power rub shoulders, the influences go even farther. You influenced Eazy-E. I'm like, yo.
That's my brother. Rest in peace, Ease.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't not document this because this is serious history here.
And Lil E, I was just out on the West Coast with his son.
Shout out to Lil E.
Growing up hip hop with my daughter, yeah.
So now, I don't even want to get there yet. But now, like I was saying, like when we in Jersey, Reek, from 050.
Mm-hmm. 050 boys.
Now you got
050 that.
Uptown Anthems. Classic mixtape on thatpiff.com. Go get it right now if you haven't, you corny.
Mm-hmm.
But to remake Naughty songs and give Naughty the respect they deserve by saying like, yo, y'all remake songs all the time. Let us remake our gods and not in tribute to our people. That's what that keeps Naughty alive. And one thing I'm gonna say before I ain't gonna talk too long is when my stepson heard Kendrick Lamar's album, he was happy, he was vibing, and then I played Death Certificate. Fresh out of school because I was a high school grad. Gotta get a job because I was a high school dad. He was like, oh, Kendrick got it from there? I'm like, a lot of stuff that y'all got came from somewhere else. Once again, happy Father's Day. How does it feel to see Reek and Drift and we always talk industry people, but Reek,
I got I got videos with all of them, songs. Been doing it for years and years and years. Then my little nephews, my relatives, like, so whatever they do, they just call me up. Where you at? You come to the studio? And now you could be, if I'm in Cali or the Midwest, I could record. They just send me the track. I can put it right on. Now when we come back, we filming the video. In 050, they so talented because they think outside the box. You know what I mean? The music is way different, and plus, I told them like make every video a movie. Yeah. A 3-minute movie showing just some fun, loving, even when it's gritty, dirty, grimy, even when it's sad, when it's make a movie out of it, because that's gonna leave a legacy and leave it where you always can have a place doing some film work up in there and telling your story the way you want your story to be told.
Ain't that how the It's On video was?
That once again it's on.
Classic. Peace and blessings, everybody. It's Karev back. And look, man, it's very, very rare that you get to sit with somebody who you respect and who you look up to. And I got somebody who has hit the world stage, the center stage, and the tribal stage at the same time. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
Yeah. Tribal Trigger Treach in the building. Naughty by nature. What's hoodie with your peoples?
Man, I'm just happy to have you here. And being that you're an icon, and you're not someone who's coming up in the game, I'm going to reverse this interview and I'm going to start at the end and finish at the beginning. Usually I ask people at the end, what is the legacy that you want to leave so people will know that you existed? Your legacy's already been pronounced. So being that you have a legacy, not only did you make the world better, what was the impact you think you had on the world that made hip hop and everybody take notice that you and Jersey has a voice?
Well, I just think by coming out and just having the blessing of being on so many radio stations, through the label Tommy Boy, being on everything from video, jukebox, where you had to pick the video and like that, just that whole vibe, to see the acceptance of the music, your music, and seeing how many people will reach coast to coast and eventually internationally. So just to see it go and explode like that through the whole 90s, it was unbelievable.
I remember when I first met you and we talked, I told you that you helped my family. Let me tell you how you did. It was 92, 93, and I was sitting in my cousin's house in Plainfield, shout out to the field, and Hip Hop Parade came on. My cousin just came home and he had a girl with him, and he was like, yo, what do you keep singing? What's this hip hop shit? What is that? And I was like, yo, that's that. And we watched Hip Hop Parade. He was like, yo, I remember when I was in, people start rapping and that's who you talking about. And from then, he started watching you. My other cousin, who was his little brother, he picky as hell. I don't listen to anybody. The only people he ever co-signed in his life was Redman, Treach, 50, and Benny Siegel.
Wow.
So nice when that happened,
nice list.
When that happened, He got some turntables, and his mind turned from I'm gonna do something to survive the day to I'm gonna do something to prolong my life. So I thank you for that.
Respect.
And with that, if you've done that with someone who didn't take music serious, what do you think Treach means to those who live hip hop and study bar for bar, line for line?
I mean, it just shows that it's always a market out there for that. You know what I mean? You see, like, a lot of the new cats today, they got some slick lyrics. You feel what I'm saying? You know, so it's like when you see the track switch up and everything else and you listen to them, like, a lot of them be spitting. So it seemed like the wordplay, like, you know, like Weezy, he always had the wordplay. Like, so if they was coming into a school like that was spitting it like that from the door. So, you know, when you see that, it's inspiring to see that the whole new generation and everything else is syncing up to know that lyrical content means something and to make better records, man.
When talking enduring, your lyrics have been put up in the top 10 all-time verses in history. There was a woman who works at, I think, Harvard University. I'll give you the playlist if you want it. It's on Spotify. And she says she studies bar structure, word coding, and beat placement per syllable. And Treach is in the top 3 with Kendrick Lamar and Andre 3000. So your legacy,
Nice.
your legacy,
I like that.
your legacy endures to the point where Nas isn't the only MC that's being studied in lecture, tone, and pronunciation. Treach is also getting studied as that and also orator. To be an orator means not only you're rapping the word, you're giving the words. How powerful are your words, and what do you want people to hear when you speak?
I like for them to hear how fun it is, you know what I mean, to tell a story without saying it in a regular language, you know what I mean, with a slang for them to figure it out. But so easy, it's like putting a jingle you already know together, because you heard it before, it already sound like you heard it before. We structure like that, so I think the power of that's why we do so many, like, you know, fun and happy tracks over tracks like that, because we know how powerful it is to the people, and that's what we about when we go out and party, and when we get the people and perform for them, to let them see, like, yo, this is something that's going to take you out your norm and take you in that place where you just like, this is what I need. That's your hit.
Are you familiar with Venomous, the female MC? She's from Orange, New Jersey, and now she's in North Carolina. And when I did her interview, you are the reason she started rapping in the first place.
What's up, Venomous?
And she said y'all did the Everything Is Gonna Be Alright video at her mother's job.
Wow.
And when she saw that, she said, never again did I pick up a pen the same way. And it means something when you see a superhero. See, for us, and well, in other communities, when people see Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, people feel empowered because they look like them. And for us, when we saw the MCs, we felt empowered because we seen people who took what was regular to some and made it beautiful to us. I saw in a video a young man saw Black Panther and he said to America, this is what you feel like when you see your heroes? He looked like me. I'm powerful. Treach is the superhero to so many people because he took home and made it world renowned. How do you define the world after you traveled it?
It's big, y'all. It's a lot of space to have touch a lot of people, man. And when you used to go to certain countries and they don't even speak the language, but they know every word to even songs that's album songs, it's not even singles, word for word, word for word, in our language, you feel me? But don't speak no other. That's amazing. That's powerful. That's like when you go to concerts and you see the kids with the parents and some of the grandparents and the older aunts and uncles that love the era, and they're at the hip hop shows, the picnics and the festivals and all that with hundreds of thousands of people. So that's like the power just to see that, all nationalities, all races. Like you see, it's no prejudice in hip hop. It's like it's all one family, global.
That's dope. Because I've yet to travel the whole world and seen a stage in every country. I've gone to other places and I've seen the mark that we have. The Bible says that the people who are God's people are the salt of the earth because we keep it flavorful and we keep it alive. You said you saw how they said it word for word, but then you felt the love too. Mm-hmm. What is the love an MC gets from a crowd that's different from the love a performer gets from a crowd, you think?
I mean, it's one and the same, actually. It's like you performing to the people and MCing it is your way of performing. It's like those singers, those great singers that's out there, and when they out performing and blowing and singing, you know, they hitting them notes that sound just like the record. You feel me? And that's when you know you there and you in that experience. So that's the beautiful thing with it, is performing for the people and giving them it to them your way. Yeah, I mean, with your swag and your music form.
Back to being a hero. It's funny because I feel like there's certain credit that you deserve that you don't get. And part of that is that you are the total visual artist. You got bars, you dress the part, you act the part, you live the part. And I've never heard anybody say when they go to a Naughty show they were never ever fulfilled. Nope. And that's what makes, like I said, y'all heroes to the game, you and your crew, because I can't even call Naughty by Nature a hip hop group. You guys are y'all transcend.
Iconic, man, like for real.
How does transcending the genre affect you as an artist? Like you can't ask Michael Jackson what it's like to be Mike. You know, he's just the king of pop. But Naughty's in that space where y'all have influenced the game so many times over that people forget how influential you are. So when you get that icon status, how do you look at your sons, as people say in the game, and see what they're doing after what you have already established?
Because I still be in the streets, and I still come out. I come out and you know what I mean. We recording and we filming videos together and small movies and independent films and all types of stuff. So I'm in touch with them. I see them and I'm letting them know like the proper way to get down with it and how to do it, and helping them and showing them the direction and how to direct it and how to use the drones right and get the right editing and you know, and let them know it's a hard job, but it's supposed to be to make it look right. But you ain't got to do 7 hours for a 3-minute video. You ain't fitting all that shit in there. You know, like show how to have it right and hit it quick, and it looks phenomenal.
Now see, that's the marvelous part of being a genius. When you do something right so many times, it becomes natural. But being able to teach what you know, that's inspirational. And I wonder who inspired you. You come from a legendary crew, the Flava Unit. Mm-hmm. And even from there, you have business sense and you have music sense. Because you were the first group that I ever seen that was labeled as a B2C group, was just business to customer. Had your own store on Halsey Street. Shout out to Halsey Street back in the day. You were able to give the people what Kevin Hart mastered with social media, and that was hands-on accessibility. How did that make Naughty by nature grow to the heights that it did?
I mean, it was everything. I mean, I lived 44 North 18th Street for 10 years after we was millionaires. You feel me? Not because I had to, because I wanted to. You feel what I'm saying? I was in different neighborhoods looking at houses and all that. And it was just like, to me, I felt more comfortable at home because I was going there every day and basically staying where I lived anyway. So I'm like, yo, I might as well be here until I, was getting married and all that. So then it was like, all right, now it's time to boom, boom, boom.
Okay. I bring that up because Jersey gets a lot of flack from the outside world, and people fear us at the same time. And this is what I mean by that. Let's go into your crew. I always ask this question and barely anybody gives me answers. Tell me about Apache and what was his influences on you.
Apache, that's me. I'm taking niggas out 1 motherfucking 2 motherfucking 3. Apache.
I got the tattoo on the back of his head right there.
Rest in peace. Apache, Flava Unit. That's why he always had my back. So when he, passed on, that's my brother. Had him right on the back. He always had it. Always had his eyes on me. So bam. But he actually got to sign the Flava Unit management through Latifah, and because he was already Flava Unit, and we had put on like a talent show for ourselves with the Flava Unit there, because we were doing it to hopefully they'll sign us. So we performed, and shortly after that, it was like Patch put the word in as a head ranking Flava Unit, member, like, yo, got to sign under the Flava Unit. And it was like, after that, history. Tommy Boy Records, everything. They got us our label. And we can never have a story like, yo, we got jerked. Like, we got robbed, yo. Anything. Nah, Lai, Shakim, they taught us how to brand ourselves, get our money, have our money, get everything we supposed to get. Got us with the right lawyers, accountants. So we can't never say we got, you feel me? And own ourselves, ourselves, you know what I mean, and our brand.
Heritage Hip Hop was not made to talk about beats and rhymes though. This was made because too many of our greats were falling and no one had the stories to tell of them. Like I always say, rest in peace to Govmatic, that's my man.
Boom.
Shout out to his cousin Ugg, who introduced us, so we formed a good relationship. And shout out to Big Snuff, that's my man.
Boom.
And even with like Apache, rest in peace. You have my man Fatal Hussein, rest in peace.
Fatal Outlaws,
Nam Myers, Chief Boogie, and there's so many more that in coming to do this interview, I even had to do some history and find out, how did people view Treach? And there was groups like Double S, you had Shaw Skills and Shaw Bourne. You had people down Elizabeth Avenue down to Bloomfield Avenue who could attest to whenever this man rhymed, it was like God came out, because the rhyme patterns, the rhyme cadences were so different, and that's what Jersey's known for. What did you see Jersey bringing to the game when you were first walking in?
I mean, like you see, you have to go straight through Flava Unit. When you had Lord Ali Bosky and Chill Rob G out there, Lakim Shabazz, Lati, Double J, man, it was Apache. It was unbelievable. And then you had the Queen Latifah coming spitting through. You had Mark the 45 King on the tracks. So coming out of Jersey, then you had like King's Son and different artists that was like, but it was like, just to see that firsthand, it was like, that was the inspiration and the battery in the back mode. Like, bah, bah, put the batteries in the back, them energizers. Oh, we about to show out.
I feel that because, remember, of course you do, you were in the game at the time. Before Biggie came out, everybody was West Coast heavy, right? I remember the debates, and one of the debates that was had in like 2 article sources, and that's a hint right there, and tell you that who did these articles. Treach was the king of New York. Treach and Lord Finesse were going bar for bar at one time. Treach was cool with Brand Nubian, and they was like, "Yo, this man right here is something." And Treach had that notoriety. So even if there was a time where there's a track floating around somewhere, you can tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a track with Biggie, Onyx, Naughty by Nature that never got released. Going across that water and commanding that respect from peers in a place that didn't really hold us too highly in kind. What did that mean to the game here when they saw you like rubbing shoulders and equal respect with those people out there?
Well, it's because with Apache, speaking about him, me and Apache used to be in all the underground New York spots, like they was playing hip hop, and would have like ciphers, and let you grab the mic and boom, and you know I was in a New York City seminar, and I had to battle LA Star, you know what I mean, and boom, at the end everybody seen what happened, but you know they gave it because I was winning so much on it, and that was like off the heads. This was like 1990. You feel what I'm saying? Like before the records came out, so it was just a learning experience, and we stayed out there. So after we came out and everybody started seeing OPP video, they like, oh man, that's Treach. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, he was like, yo, the homie is out there getting it now. Yeah. So then it was like, so it wasn't like I was, you know, I ain't never cry for a crown or look for. I just stay in the lane, and I represent. You see, like Craziest, we name all a gillion of the major cities. So we know how that hip hop is. All the spots we've been to, all the hoods, all the love. So we definitely give it. It's definitely a hip hop heritage moment for real.
That's what's up. And that's one of the purposes I would ask that question for, is because I want to get the craziest yet. We're still going to build this up to the last part. The thing about me asking that question is because there's always been this speculation about who Jersey is. Well, recently, Daddy-O got into a debate with Doggy Diamonds, where Daddy-O said, "Yo, people in Jersey could spit bar for bar. Jersey got more spitters than Brooklyn. Stop sleeping." And Doggy Diamond said, "No, there's nobody in Jersey that can spit hard like that." He said, "Big Daddy Kane, Biggie, and Jay-Z would kill Jersey by itself." And Daddy-O said, "I beg to differ. I don't know about that." Pause right there. Joe Budden on his podcast had Rory and Mal, and they were saying Jersey is the sixth man, because we're not behind New York City. We're behind Philly, Atlanta, LA, in Texas, and Jersey's a strong six man. And Button is the only one like, no, I don't think so. Because if you put the Jersey MCs in their primes, they're going to spank your favorite MCs. Treach in his prime fathered the game from 91 to about like 96.
Listen, you can hear it in Eminem. Sorry.
We ain't get there yet. 91 to 96, like I said, just sons. Oh, you should get a lot of Father's Day money.
Oh yeah,
you deserve it. You deserve it.
No, I love. It's like anything. I have my idols that I came up with. I didn't invent hip hop. You feel me? I learned it by listening to my favorites, like you said, Daddy-O, Stetsasonic. You feel what I'm saying? And Phyllis Ford, Crash Crew, Cold Crush. You feel me? You know, Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious 5, and you know what I mean, and Double Trouble, and Kool Mo D, and the Treacherous 3, and you feel me, Fearless 4. You know, so way back, and then it came from then the LLs and the core Sugar Hill, and Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, and all KRS and Public Enemy and Big Daddy Kane, and you feel me, that was just embedded. So I was a little bit of all of them.
Mm-hmm. But
I just had so much to say. I just said it so quick. Like, so the flow was like, and I used to listen to like reggae and Shinehead and all like ting, and they used to think I was a rude boy. I just loved like the melody and harmony. So I guess I got a lot of that harmony, like in our records and stuff.
That's what makes an MC transcend in my eyes, because I used to have a big debate. Like, this is nothing for me because I used to do this all the time. I just didn't do it with a camera. And I remember having a debate with somebody, and my cousin, the one I told you about, he was like, you know what would be ill? I'd love to hear Treach battle Chip Fu. Because Chip Fu do that backward shit, but Treach flip quick, but you know everything he's saying if you pay attention. You think I'm rhyming too quick, I think you listen too slow. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And those debates were the ones that always kept your name afloat and above. And that's why when it came to Jersey, you were always there, and it sounded like people always tried to smack your hand away, like, nah, you know, the Naughty's not hip hop. They're different. This is my last question for this part of the interview. What do you think made Naughty musically different to make you stand out and keep your spot where people couldn't deny how dope and flavorful you were?
Well, first, it's like we never laid our vocals in the track. It always was, I say nigga meters, I'll be joking, like there was a couple of nigga meters over the track. So first of all, you heard the word. Then we had breakdowns in it, and plus we had like live, you know, bass and guitars and different instruments that was played over the track, so it wasn't just samples. You feel me? And it was just a whole different vibe. And we did, like, you hear the call and response records, and we layered our tracks up, so it all sounded like the whole crowd was saying it. From Feel Me Flow to Hip Hop Array, OPP, yeah, you know me, it's a whole gang of the people in the studio, boom, saying it. You feel me? So when you hear it, you like, I'm supposed to know this already. This is the club thing, and you listen to it back and back. So, I mean, it's just fun. Us just and back in the days, it's like you had.
Pass all these guns and these drugs, I see the hood need a hug. Pull up your pants, it's on, tired of waiting on wrong. Couldn't wait for the clouds to clear, I learned to dance in the storm. Baby mamas and fathers, not together, so tripping. Can't see baby when he wanted, cause she said that'll get him. This seed is a riddle, cause they say he don't give her.